Hello everybody, the Quiet Atheist here, coming at you with another interesting video today. Now, this next article that I'm sharing with you guys is very important to me because we constantly see Christians trying to rip apart the Constitution of the United States pretty much all of the time, and I have to say that it does have to come to an end. Now, awareness has to be spread, guys. So let me share some of this information with you guys, and let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. I would really appreciate that. Now, set to coincide with the nomination of Neil Gorsuch to the Supreme Court, the Freedom from Religion Foundation, along with their Metro Denver chapter, have unveiled a dozen billboards across the city with a simple message. The only wall we need is between church and state. We want the people of Denver and Colorado to know that there is an organization that will stand up and fight for the constitutional principle of the separation of church and state, says Denver chapter director Claudette St. Pierre. At no time in the history of the United States have our First Amendment rights possibly been more threatened than they are today. Now, FFRF co-president Annie Laurie Gaylor cites the Supreme Court nomination of Neil M. Gorsuch as a threat to secular government and individual liberties given his natural law philosophy derived from religious principles. Denver residents are particularly familiar with Gorsuch and his judicial leanings since he sits on the 10th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals, which is based in the city. The people from the Freedom from Religion Foundation are right, guys. Our rights are being attacked constantly. The people that are doing the attacking are Christians, morally bankrupt Christians who want everyone to bend to their will, and that is nonsense. I want to take a moment to show you guys what some Christians in this country are trying to do right now. Government funding of religious schools or religious social service providers, religious activity in public schools, religious displays on government property, prayer breakfast endorsed by government officials and or financed with government funds, formal proclamations by government officials exhorting citizens to pray, explicitly sectarian prayers at the openings of meetings of government bodies, government funding of religious hospitals that refuse to provide certain kinds of reproductive health care services for religious reasons, statutory exemptions that allow religious organizations to discriminate in employment based on criteria other than religion with respect to non religious positions. Tax exemptions for religious organizations that are not also applicable to secular nonprofit organizations, government refusals to give persons religious exemptions from government regulations in cases where the government provides non religious exemptions from the same regulations. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I just scratched the surface here. There's a lot more going on behind the scenes when it comes to Christians who violate the Constitution of the United States. They are essentially ripping apart this country when it comes to this religious propaganda that they are pushing forth. They don't care. They never have and they never will care. This is why I think events like this are important. I wish that more places would get involved like this. Bottom line, guys, we have to take care of this country and our fellow Americans because when it comes to Christians, they are not going to do that. They are only concerned with themselves and they are only concerned with this morally bankrupt religion that they are pushing forth. And that is how I feel about all of this.